Harry's wife. Legal pressures increase. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Certain narcissists very much enjoy, in inverted commas, the use of the law as part of the means to assert control and draw fuel. There's also, of course, the residual benefit that might occur with regard to protecting the facade and, in some instances, gaining property or money. The law is often used by narcissists because of the litigious nature of somebody that needs control. Indeed, as I have explained, that in many disputes that occur, whether it's a divorce, child custody, arguing over a boundary between two properties, seeking the return of property, suing for defamation, etc., you will often find that there's a narcissist involved, either doing the suing or doing the defending, and that's why it often ends up going to trial, because the narcissist is not inclined to want to settle the case. Why? Because invariably it's an affront to control. There'll be some instances where narcissists will settle, and if they do so on terms which are acceptable to you as the victim, then that's just serendipity. They didn't do it because you threatened or persuaded them. They did it because it suited their purposes. But most of the time, because of the compartmentalization that the narcissist engages in, if you find yourself being sued by a narcissist or suing a narcissist, then you can expect to be in for the long haul, with the matter going all the way to trial. Why? Because each instance that comes up is viewed in itself as a threat to control, meaning the narcissist will reject it. This is particularly the case with lesser and mid-range narcissists. So, for instance, when you issue an application, rather than the narcissist look at it in the whole as to where it might take the litigation, they simply see this as a threat to control and reject it, even though it might be in their better interest to concede. When there is a negotiation through mediation, which invariably is a complete waste of time for you being involved with the narcissist uses it as an opportunity to continue to assert control over you, irrespective of actually trying to work out the issues. They invariably, where mid-range, believe that they want to get this sorted out. They make all of the noises in that regard, but then their behaviour is the complete opposite. Harry's wife, of course, is notoriously litigious, having issued proceedings against a number of people, but this time she finds herself on the receiving end of litigation, which is also dragging in her husband. According to Mail Online, with an article written by Brittany Chain, Prince Harry is served court papers by Harry's wife's sister, Samantha, who is suing the Duchess over malicious lies told in bombshell Oprah interview. Harry's wife's sister Samantha is demanding Prince Harry give evidence under oath against his wife as she gears up to take her defamation case back to court. In legal papers filed in Florida on Friday, Ms. Markle has called on the Duke of Sussex to take part in deposition proceedings under oath, the Mirror reports. The 56-year-old is suing Harry's wife, 41, for £60,000 in damages, claiming her reputation was left in tatters after her sister spread malicious lies in her 2021 Oprah interview. Ms. Markle is also calling on Harry's wife to be interviewed on camera a day prior to the deposition and reportedly wants her to make 38 separate admissions in the case. Good luck with that. Among the admissions, she reportedly wants Harry's wife to publicly state, or rather to state publicly, that both the late Queen Elizabeth and King Charles are not racist. Harry's wife is understood to want the case dismissed entirely, Kelsa Pries. She, of course, does so as a consequence of dealing with the threat to control that's posed by the case, and therefore she wishes to nullify it by dismissing the case in its entirety. Ms. Markle, who suffers from multiple sclerosis, claims she's a victim of humiliation and hatred on the back of demonstrably false and malicious statements allegedly made by her sister. She's also reportedly called on statements from Father Thomas Markle, former royal aide Jason Knorf, her daughter Ashley Hale, and online security expert Christopher Boozy. Don't know why you use the term expert in relation to that clown. A mediator has been appointed in an attempt to avoid a trial, while Harry's wife's lawyer, Michael J. Kump, reportedly stated the demands Miss Markle has made are irrelevant. Ms. Markle reportedly felt slighted by Harry's wife's recollection of being an only child growing up. When she first expressed anger over the comments, the Duchess of Sussex pointed out that she was simply describing her opinion. The duo share a father, but have different mothers. Her rocky relationship with Harry's wife exploded into public view after her sister's engagement to Prince Harry was announced in 2017. She was quoted by journalists as saying the Queen would be appalled and called her a Dutch ass on Twitter. Now, what impact would this have upon Harry's wife with relation to her husband being served with court papers? Well, because Harry is an extension of Harry's wife, this will feel like a threat to control to her also. And therefore, because it's being done to her husband, the intimate partner primary source, and it is within the context of the litigation, it's a threat to control which Harry's wife will need to nullify. Hence, she is likely to try and prevent this happening, and certainly she will expect Harry to provide evidence that is supportive of her, and that he dare not say anything that's contrary to her best interests. Otherwise, those pink pods are going to get tasered. Learning of the fact that her sister has taken such a step will infuriate Harry's wife. It's a threat to control, and no doubt she'll be advised of this by her attorney, and this will cause an explosion of ignited fury behind closed doors. She is not going to assert control directly over her sister by contacting her and telling her to knock it off, but rather will complain as a consequence of furious explosion behind closed doors, telling Harry that he'd better keep his mouth shut, or that Harry had better say this and say that, while she gets on the phone to the attorney to try and ensure that this step by her sister is nullified, overturned, kicked into the long grass in such a way. So accordingly, having this step taken against her is going to be problematic. Interestingly enough, and unsurprisingly, in the comments section, it's all expressions of support for Samantha Markle against her sister, once again demonstrating the way that Harry's wife is disliked and despised by so many people. These legal pressures increase for Harry's wife, and of course, it's all right for her to use the law to get what she wants. Her narcissism will convince her that that's appropriate. But the moment that anybody sues her, it's ill thought out, spiteful, malicious, and unfair. Again, demonstrating the hypocrisy that she exhibits as a narcissist. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.